big show on the way.
Need a little help getting started in the morning?
It's very dangerous.
They've got the experts.
So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
The NFL schedule is coming out today, but we already know a lot of what's going on, and there are some concerns, and Gary Myers has been covering sports in the NFL forever. He's got a new book coming out called Saving Big Blue, John Harbaugh's Fight to Revive a Sleeping Giant. It's due out next fall, so I'm sure he's working on that right now. Gary Myers, hello, sir.
Fred, how you doing today?
Good, man. I appreciate you coming on as always. And look, you've been covering sports a long time, and you know that, you know, the popularity of things ebbs and flows. I'm sure during your career, you've seen, you know, baseball go from the biggest sport in the country to falling off. You've seen other sports, you know, peak in popularity. And obviously the NFL is just incredibly huge. But in my opinion, I'm just interested in a macro sense of when the tipping point is. So let's start with your opinion. I believe there's 7 international games.
9.
I'm sorry.
I think it's actually 9.
I apologize. There's 9 international games. You know, this is taking games out of obviously the team stadiums. This is putting them on at odd hours. Let's start there. Are they pushing it with the 9 international games?
Yeah, Fred, it's 9 games in 7 countries. There's 3 that are in London this season.
Okay.
You know, I tweeted something yesterday that I'm thinking about, you know, how many years, 3 to 5 years, the announcement on schedule day will be Goodell saying there's going to be 9 games in the United States. Because the rest of it will be abroad.
Right.
I think, I don't know, maybe I'm too old school here, but why does the NFL feel compelled to share what is by far the most popular game in this country? Why do they feel compelled to share it with the rest of the world and take the games away from the fans here? They're totally diluting the Sunday afternoon package.
I want to get to that. I do want to get to that. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, with the streaming services and you know, basically putting a game on every night of the week, every holiday, you know, for all the people out there, you know, who have wives who don't enjoy football, or for the wives who have husbands who don't like football. They ruined Thanksgiving Eve, 3 games on Thanksgiving, and then Black Friday. All these games on Christmas Day. But just as far as the international games, you know, it started off with I really believe that they were just looking for a way to increase the merchandising sales. And but it's gone way beyond that now, where Goodell obviously has planned for the American football. I mean, it's called football in the rest of the world, referring to soccer. But he has a plan for American football to become the most popular sport globally. And I just, you know, when, like you said, when is enough? When have they made enough money? And at what point do they kill the golden goose? And I just don't think fans are fans here are not happy about all these games going abroad. And it's just a matter of time before he puts the Super Bowl in London. I don't know if Goodell will still be the commissioner at that point, but I definitely see that coming. And I just don't. I think that would be really unfortunate if that happens.
Yeah, because let's just talk about the schedule at the end of the year. You mentioned it. There's games all over the place. The Sunday schedule, if you're Fox or CBS, it's you're left with crumbs. The Sundays at the end of the season are going to be a bunch of, you know, Arizona versus Tennessee crap.
You're going to have 3 1:00 games and 2 in the 4 o'clock window, and it just takes away of so much from not only like what that day is supposed to be and what you want it to be, and then the quality of those games too. Fred, like you're saying, is just going to be crap.
So my point, Gary, is that the NFL is very popular. They've gotten this way playing on Sunday, right? Like they played on Sundays, then they played on Monday night, and that was very popular. But I heard Jim Nantz yesterday, and he was saying that the audience for the 4:30 games on both Fox and CBS is way bigger than the Sunday night football game. That's what he was saying. He's saying it's a solid fact. It's every week that people think because it's a standalone game on Sunday nights that's the highest rated, but that's just not the case. So people watch football on Sundays. This is how the NFL has gotten popular. Is it possible, Gary, that by diluting Sundays in particular, the NFL is in danger of losing audience in the long run?
Yeah, I think that, as you're saying that, I think the most unhappiest person by the dilution of the Sunday package is probably Scott Hansen, who does the NFL Red Zone.
It's just going to be one game. Yeah. He's just going to be calling play-by-play of a Tennessee-Arizona game.
Yeah, I mean, at some point he's going to have 2 games in the 1 o'clock window and then 2 games in the 4 o'clock window, and that'll be it. I think they have to be really careful here. They're trying to renegotiate the contracts with all the traditional broadcast networks, CBS and Fox and NBC. And I know they tried really hard with CBS because there's a clause in that deal that if any of the networks got sold, they can reopen negotiations right away. And so they've done that with CBS and haven't gotten very far. And as they continue to take away the games from Sunday afternoon, it makes the packages, less desirable. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is what's going on with the Department of Justice, and they're trying to, I think it's the Department of Justice that's looking into this, all the games going to streamers. And, Donald Trump is behind that, forcing the average viewer to pay for games they would have always gotten on traditional TV. So I think with this ESPN NFL merger, so to speak, they've thrown some games back that I think were going to be on the NFL Network, and they're giving them to the networks. We're trying to navigate through Brooklyn here. My wife is driving, so excuse me.
Yeah, you got to navigate. I understand what I'm saying. You got to.
I'm waving or telling you where to turn. I think they're giving some. If you've noticed that some of the most recent announcements have been about, some extra games going to CBS and Fox and NBC, and I think that's to placate the government. But Netflix is going to have 5 games this year, which is the most they've ever had. And I think it's going to continue to go in that direction. And, combined with what we talked about before with the international games, it's all predicated on how do they make the most money. And I'm sorry. And it's hold on a second. Turn right here, please, honey.
Do you always say "turn right here, please, honey"? Or is
I'm only doing that for
performative?
Yeah, we kind of guessed. Yeah.
For one, I think I'm like the greatest husband ever. At least she was making dirty faces at me before. At least she's laughing now. I think that, definitely the direction we're going here is more international games to the point where every team is going to play an international game every season. And that's probably only a couple of years away. And I think more games are going to go to the streamers because Amazon already has a full package. Netflix has 5, I think, for at least the next 3 years. And then after that, when these network deals are up, if they haven't renegotiated them yet, you can kind of feel that more are going to go to the streamers because that's where the money is right now. And is that in the best interest of the fans? I don't think so.
No. Well, it's in the best interest, as you said.
Get into here is.
No, I was just going to say it's in the interest of making money, and I understand if they're not growing the business, they feel like they're doing it a disservice. So, all right, let's just take it for granted. It's happening. What do you think happens first, Gary? Do you think there will be a Super Bowl held outside of North America, or do you think there will be a team based outside of North America? Which one of those would happen first?
Well, I think maybe a Super Bowl. I think it's going to be really hard to put one team in London. Eventually, and I think I heard Adam Schefter talking about this the other day, maybe there'll be a whole division of games, of teams in Europe.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Which would make the travel Yeah, I mean, that does make some sense to me if they're really going to try to expand into Europe. But I think the possibility of a Super Bowl in London probably comes first. But the thing that you really have to consider here is the time difference.
Yep.
If they want to play the game at 6:30 in prime time on a Sunday, that's 11:30 p.m. in London. So that's not going to happen. And if they play it, at 9 o'clock in London, that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, potentially that could happen. With the game in Australia coming up between the Rams and the 49ers opening weekend, because of the time difference, that game is being played local time in Melbourne at 10:30 in the morning. I'm sure the players are thrilled about that.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, Gary, we appreciate it. You're a very good husband, and we'll plug the book. Have a great day. We
Wait a
appreciate
second.
it.
Did you hear that, honey? He said I'm a good husband.
Yeah. You performed well today.
That's
Gary.
okay, honey. We'll just go around the block again. It's okay that you missed it.
Yeah, looking for street parking. I'm sure it's no issue in Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate it.
All right, take care, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, take it easy. So I told you one of the great appearances I've heard on radio, in sports radio, was last year. Mad Dog had the guy responsible to schedule, whatever his name is, and whatever the title is. He was the guy responsible for the schedule, and he's like, will you play in Abu Dhabi? And the guy's like, maybe, yeah. And he's like, so you got to get a day off after that. And he's like, no, not necessarily. Like, everything was just like, boom, like, F you.
Well, if you're going to play Thursday in Abu Dhabi, they're going to be coming off the bye week? No. He was just like, not necessarily, no. Like, I'm not telling you anything. They can play Sunday night prime time and then go overseas for Thursday night.
You think the Rams and 49ers are going to get a bye week 2 after starting in Australia?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing is that the streaming is streaming. What are you going to do? They're desperate for live content because that's how you monetize things. You sell advertising during the live content. People that want to build brands want advertising at the same time, people's eyes on it. It's just a fact. It's the best return on investment if you're building a brand, which is, I would believe, if you have a business, you should be trying to do, but that's a marketing issue. So they want that stuff. My concern is people will search out and find streaming issues. That's a whole different thing. My concern, and the international thing's a whole different thing. My concern, if I was an owner in the NFL, would be this, is that we're really, really popular. And the way we got this way is that we're once a week on Sunday, with a couple exceptions. But that's where we've made this money. We're different. Part of the reason we're different, and we always haven't been the most popular sport, not by any stretch. You remember the first Super Bowl was in a lot of people's lifetimes, Like Super Bowl III wasn't in 1920. I mean, it was in the late 60s. So the NFL has that, and that was some throwaway gag game between the AFL and the NFL. Like, it was a joke. I mean, Namath made it as popular as it was because he was such a dynamic character. But, we did this in the last few decades. Like, we've grown the game by doing it this way. I'd be really concerned about moving games off of Sundays. Really concerned. Because that's the whole selling point. A lot of it is Sundays. This is how America spends a Sunday.
It's appointment viewing, and we said this a couple of days ago. The anticipation of getting to Sunday is part of what made the NFL great 5-10 years ago. Oh my God, there's one game. There are only so many of these during the season. You have 5 or 6 days to gear yourself up for this, make plans, who you're going to watch it with, what's going to happen. And now you have games on Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays. It's just the newness of it, the anticipation, the missing it is gone. And it's the TV broadcast, too. I think ESPN has the Super Bowl for the first time this coming season. But how much time before Amazon Prime gets one?
Don't you feel it's interesting that Nance said that the 4:30 games on both networks are way higher?
I would have thought Sunday night would have blown everybody else out of the water.
And he wasn't BSing. I looked it up. Like, they do much better on Sunday at 4:30. Like, that's really the spot with the most eyes on it. So the NFL is wrong. So if that's the case, I bet you that the 4:30 games on Sundays do double what Thursday Night Football does, maybe more. So it's like you're getting less eyes on games, and I think it's a big risk just going. And I know Netflix just is desperate for live programming, and these streaming services are just desperate for live programming. Right. That's why they're giving stand-ups, $100 million to do 2 specials. I get it. They want to run ads, and they need live programming because that's why podcasts suck. Is that it's very hard to advertise. It's episodic. It's hard to advertise on, but. I just don't think I love football, but I don't know on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Say it's Rams Seahawks, like a good game. I'm not positive I'm watching that thing. I don't know that I'm gonna. That's like what I'm particularly gonna want to do that night.
It is gonna. I think it's Rams Green Bay actually.
All right, so it's even worse. It's a worse game than I just propositioned. Yes. I just propositioned you an NFC title bout.
Yeah.
Well, listen, John, if you're worried about Sunday in week 1, have no worries because there's a big one coming up. You'll have your Wednesday night Patriots game. You'll get that out of the way because it's all just an appetizer for your New York Jets traveling to Tennessee.
Nice.
Jets, Titans, powerhouses, Saleh back against the old team.
Of course.
Look out. The NFL's no dummies. They know how to pull eyeballs in. You got to figure that's Sunday Night Football.
They're waiting all day for it. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
You can get the team that had the first pick in the draft 2 years ago against the team that had the second pick in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm.
Kaboom. Don't watch it. Try to get on here and do a show not watching that thing the day before.
At your own peril.
What coach will get fired first? The incompetent Saleh that everyone loves now because he has a new job and he was completely incompetent as the Jets coach versus their current incompetent coach. You can get all that going for you. The people talk about Saleh like he's all of a sudden good. Yeah, he was great. It was really the organization that screwed everything
He's
up.
come out of that unemployment car wash smelling well.
It's like unbelievable. Like, what the hell? He was a good D coordinator before.
Very good D coordinator.
That's how he got the Jets job.
Yes.
Then he goes back to his good coordinator again, and they're going, all of a sudden he's a good head coach.
That's the best way to get loved again, though, is like go from head coach, failed head coach, to a coordinator of some kind, and people will all be like, wow, great get.
Yeah.
Great get. That goes the head coach. And now you've got him just handling like only half of his responsibilities. He's going to be awesome. And they can't wait to give you your next head coaching job.
It's like, you guys know, I talk to these insiders about the Jets, like off air and like stuff, and they're much more honest about things. Saleh was a terrible head coach. He was. Like, they'll tell you, like Sam Darnold, everyone thought was good. It was the Jets that ruined him because Gase was such a mess. So they tell you the truth off the mics about things. Saleh's a bad coach. You're going to be bad in Tennessee, too. And they don't have a quarterback either. So good luck. And they got to stick with Cam Ward. They can't draft a quarterback. They got to stick with him. Gave him a lot of money. Used a lot of resources to get him. All right. We'll be back with our award-winning email segment.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
What do you like in a woman?
I
tell
love
me.
brains.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Al Cole. By the way, there is a new Thuppets video up on at Toucher and Hardy on Instagram. I believe. Do we put those on Twitter too?
Yes. Yes, we did.
They go everywhere. They go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them.
Adam, you're locked into these kinds of things. Where does Twitter stand in terms of its value?
Oh, it's near useless. I was just reading a study the other day about like we kind of have like the pyramid of like what people are using what social platforms, and Twitter was like at the top of the pyramid with 1%. Like,
because I heard I think it was one of the writers that we have in, and they were talking about how like little, I think maybe it was Callahan, how little traffic comes off of Twitter.
Yeah.
Now I don't like Twitter anyway, but I'm trying. So that's why I'm asking Adam. So Instagram is the most valuable one?
See, for what we do, yes. Instagram has the most value right now.
All right. So anyway, look at Hardy makes these fantastic Thuppets videos. And what I like about it is that what you do in your job and in your life is you find someone who's very good at something and you let them do it. That's my advice. Hardy's brilliant with these videos.
Oh, thank you, Fred.
I will have a little idea here and there, but they're all Hardy's creation. And Nick, we think we might have the next one for next month. You peeing in one of them there bottles. Nick put a video up on @Toucher and Hardy. It's also @Hardy985 and @Fred Toucher of our conversation of one of these old Major League pitchers. His ex-wife is saying that he was peeing in shampoo bottles, and I questioned how she would know. And you two ventured smell, and I said, no way. Shampoo's perfumed. I'm not positive that you could smell anything, and I'm not sure all urine smells. And that created quite a debate. And scientists called in, and I mean, you all heard it. It was a whole thing. You'll read about it in the paper tomorrow. It's a real hot button for people.
We did receive an email. And you already took care of the email thing there, Fred?
No, thank you. The Toucher and Hardy email segment is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman, our friend. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
All right, so with Carl Pavano and his divorce proceedings going on right now, yes, it is alleged that, among other things, he peed in a shampoo bottle belonging to his wife. Ryan emailed in to say that I had a roommate do it to me in college when we were fighting. It's an oil mixing with water situation. You can easily tell. So to push back on your statement, Fred, that you wouldn't be able to tell if somebody urinated in your shampoo bottle, Ryan is here to say that you can absolutely tell. That makes me like it less or more.
We're going to have to test that theory out. Jonathan says, morning, Fred. In defense of your take that it was surprising to find that Dan could golf considering his athleticism, let's remember that he was forced to step away, no pun intended, from his walking club for an extended period of time because he sustained a lower leg injury due to the overexerting nature of walking. It was an Achilles or something similar, if I remember correctly. That's John in New Hampshire. Again, that walking club, yentering it up, getting Dan thinking that I was bad-mouthing him when I was doing absolutely the opposite.
Couple of emails calling you out, Hardy, for moving day with your daughter.
Yeah.
And how you did not have a rope and tarp in the truck to cover your belongings in the rain on the way home. They are shocked that you were without both of those things.
I was in a borrowed truck yesterday, and it did not have the tonneau cover. I did have rope, of course, for tying things down. The only thing I had there was like a quilted moving blanket. I didn't check the weather. I didn't think it was going to be an issue. It wasn't supposed to be, and it wasn't until I was driving out there and started raining on me. I said, "Oh, this could be a situation." It was not. Everything was fine.
Okay.
Everything stayed dry. It was good.
How long did the whole process take?
Everything, the drive out, the load, and the drive back.
The load.
It was 5 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh, so it only took me close to 1/3 of the time to drive to my son's game yesterday. That was 35 miles away.
Hours.
No, he went to Amherst. I went 35 miles to Groton, and it took me an hour and 40 minutes, no joke, on the dot, an hour and 40 minutes to get there.
5 hours out to Amherst and back, with packing included. It took about 45 minutes to pack.
And stopping at Starbucks.
Of course.
Because you can't go
right
5 minutes in any direction with my daughter.
Did she at least get coffee?
She got some green tea.
Yeah, like,
matcha.
see, that's annoying.
Yeah.
That's annoying because my daughter obviously doesn't drink coffee, and she wants to go to Starbucks all the time, and it's for something that's pink. And,
Right.
And it's just
Pink
like,
drink.
Well, it's whatever is on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's why. It's the same thing with the stupid hacky sack, which my son's already given up on.
So my daughter said that,
Not
like,
mine.
the boys, in the dorm, they're all playing hacky sack all hours. She pointed out the worn spot of grass, in front of their dorm where they were all playing. And I said, you know how that started? I said, it was just one video that went viral before spring break. And then during spring break, somebody made a fake account, an MIAA hacky sack ranking. And they started ranking high schools and then colleges based on videos that they would upload and link to this person. And people knew it was fake, but they didn't care. They wanted to have their school ranked in the official Massachusetts high school hacky sack rankings, and now it's going to colleges and all that other stuff too. But to the point where you can't buy a hacky sack. They're all sold out. They only had 4 of them. And it, in all stores all around, the greater Boston area. The guy whose website in California that the Globe article talked about said, yeah, I used to get on a good day, maybe 40 visitors to the site. That was something. He's getting 4,000 a day now. Jesus. And he said, there's no way. I've been making hacky sacks for 30 years and I'm not equipped for this. It's nice, but I can't really do much about it. I can't fill all these orders, and it'll all be done in a month. Yeah.
Fidget spinner. That's what this is. Hacky sack is this year's fidget spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does it have the usage in schools that were, it fixes all your problems if you have a fidget spinner?
That's right.
I mean, it's really Ritalin for the hands. David says, today's a good day for some Ray Lewis. I just wrote the date and realized it's 5:15. 5:15:75. I can't do it without hearing it. He hasn't been in the news. I can't do it without hearing it. I can't hear it.
It's all about numbers.
Yeah, numbers. I haven't heard him in so long. I can't do it.
Oddly enough, he had a podcast that didn't pan out for him.
How do you figure out that it's not panning out? Is my question.
Because he stopped making episodes about 4 years ago.
Yeah, my question is how you figured out that it didn't work. That's what. Like, at what point do you go, oh, this isn't working?
Yeah,
because it can't be a financial consideration because that's from the beginning to the end.
5:15:75.
5:15:75. All right, there you go. That's as good as I'll get today.
That's all right.
Cam says, I find out tonight if I have to deal with traffic leading to a wedding. A couple I know scheduled their wedding for a Sunday afternoon in October.
Classy.
In Foxborough on Route 1. I think I know where this wedding is actually taking place. It's like south of the stadium because I went to a wedding there on the day of Country Fest.
Oh, great.
And I had to sit there. It wasn't even the traffic getting to Country Fest because the Country Fest people, it's an all-day thing and they get there early.
Yeah.
But it was having to wait for them to cross over from P10 across the street when they just stop traffic forever and let 10,000 people walk across the street. That was the bad part of it. Good luck, Cam. I don't know. And there's no way around it. I mean, you're going to...
There's no side road to kind of duck on there at the right place.
And I'll tell you this. I guarantee you that there is a cash bar. Don't worry about that.
Oh, there was a cash bar at this wedding that I went to.
Do you remember
that
Rutgers wedding?
That was the one that Zoe was also at, and there was no food. First of all, there was the ceremony at like 6 p.m., and then afterward there were the cocktails going on for way too long because that's when they went and did all the wedding party pictures during the cocktail hour. So cash bar, Zoe's yelling at the bartender, "I know you. You're the Mad Russian." The guy said, "I am from Ukraine." "Mad Russian, I was here last month." "You, Tito's."
That was great.
"I don't know you. I don't know you." "Yes, you do, Mad Russian." So Zoe has way too much time during cocktail hour. He went and found... So now it's like...
So see this.
It's like almost 8 o'clock. Yeah. And we have not been, sent into
the room, right? Yeah.
No food, no nothing.
Right.
Zoe goes off to find the wedding party where they're taking the photos.
Of course he does.
To start yelling at them that it's time to eat.
He does.
He finds them. They're doing the big group photo in front of the venue. He goes and he lays down on the pavement in front of all of them and starts yelling, "I don't feel nothing. I can't feel nothing." And they said, all right, well, that'll be it for the photos then, I guess.
I told you.
We went in, and finally the first food got served at 9:30. The salads came out. We ate the salads, and we said, that's it, we're leaving.
Yeah, I would have too.
It was 10 o'clock. We hadn't eaten yet, and
I would have left also.
So at Crash's first wedding, where he got married to Lady Crash, Pongetti made a speech, but when he was making the speech, you would have to excuse him because he had missing teeth. Now, how did he miss the teeth? Right before the wedding reception, before the actual wedding, we drank out of Crash's car's trunk beers, in the parking lot of the church.
Classy. Right. Church beers.
Yeah, church trunk beers. Don't worry about it. They happened. So he goes, Pongetti's in there, and Pongetti was missing teeth because when they were wrestling around, inadvertently Crash kneed Pongetti in the chin.
Yeah.
And broke a couple teeth.
Nice.
But Pongetti was still able to stand up there and say, "Here's to the gash that never heals." And then was his speech.
Oh, boy.
And the rest of it. He did the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't know it, you can Google it. That's the only part of it I can say. Boy, that wedding was fun. It was in Key West for like 5 days. No one had any money. The photographer, John knows this, the photographer took off on a moped drunk and fell and crashed the moped, and it exposed all the film.
Lost everything.
Or broke the drives or
Either
did
way,
something. Whatever.
No wedding photos.
Yeah, whatever happened, it ruined all the wedding photos. He
Right.
was so hammered that he got on a scooter and took off and immediately crashed it.
Yeah.
People saw him crash it. I didn't. And, oh, boy.
We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what's going down?
Big movie news. Grown Ups 3 is officially in the works at Netflix with Adam Sandler. According to Variety, it's rumored that at least the core 5 actors of the franchise, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, David Spade, Kevin James, and Rob Schneider will return. The streamer did not confirm any casting news. Thought it'd be a good time to revisit some of the reviews of Grown Ups 2. And just looking back on that, I remember one review that said, I can't believe this is an actual Hollywood production. I still don't understand why they made the first one, much less a sequel. This appears to be a movie that Sandler made just to cast his friends. If he was a real friend, he would have cast them in a better movie. I watched Grown Ups. I watched parts of Grown Ups 2. As one reviewer put it, it's like a YouTube video. It's just a long YouTube video. You know it's a funny movie when the characters stand around and someone delivers a quote unquote funny line and all the other characters laugh. That is a way to show you that what was said was just funny. Because otherwise you wouldn't know.
Yeah, right. But everyone seems to be doing okay but Rob Schneider. When he comes up on YouTube, he's almost exclusively complaining about politics.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And not in a comedic way. He's just like a guest on news shows talking about politics.
Yeah, he's approaching his Hollywood the way that Schilling approached sports. It's just shut up. Shut up.
But
like
I don't even think
I bet Kevin James still tours. David Spade is doing fine. I don't think they need this.
Well, I love David Spade. Is Chris Rock in it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I love Chris Rock. I don't like Kevin James, but he's had a big career.
Right.
Like, so I get why they're doing it. You're getting paid to hang out with your friends. I get why Sandler's doing it. He doesn't care. Let's do it. But the thing is that they're all, the only one that I see that's not doing anything comedically is Rob Schneider.
Right.
Like, he seems to have pivoted almost completely to politics. Like, Jim Brewer is, like, very conservative now, but he still tours as a stand-up. Like, he still has a core group of stand-ups that he hangs out with and stuff.
Still tells jokes.
And lives in that world. Like, I'm not talking about Rob Schneider's very, like MAGA-y. Like, that's not even the point I'm making. The point I'm making is I don't see him performing comedy anymore. This guy just knocked down a monitor.
The best.
He just walked in the room.
And there's already. Not even the show hasn't started and you broke something. That's impressive.
You remember the Mad? You remember the Mad Russian?
Remember the Mad Russian from Nick Cannell's wedding? I bet he'll never have another wedding like that.
Was it Cash Bar?
Oh, I think it was limited cash bar with one bartender. That's why I was yelling at him like, "Hey, buddy, I was here at an appearance last week. The bald guy, Russian. I was calling him Mad Russian in."
He wasn't Russian.
I don't know what his name is. You stop yelling. I actually took a to-go plate to leave because that's how bad this wedding is.
That's what he was saying. He was saying after the sandwich, you guys were gone.
You know it was bad when they walked down the aisle to New York, Final Countdown.
Yeah.
And he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I elbow him, and I'm like, oh my god.
He mentioned that off air.
That's so worse.
I didn't say whose wedding it was.
No, you didn't. No, but off air, he mentioned the dice thing.
It's bad, dude.
I wasn't there.
I'm planning a wedding right now. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I just know Rucker had a cash bar at his wedding at one point, and it was like a destination. Chris Rucker.
Why would he ever do that, dude?
And it was like one of those things like, do I get a hotel room because it's like an hour away?
Oh.
And so we did.
In between.
So it was like, all right, let's just get wasted at this wedding. It's open bar, pay for itself.
We thought to do it to that destination.
Yeah, good luck, dude.
I'm serious because it would eliminate half the wedding.
Well, we had a destination wedding in Grand Bahama, and we thought that it would eliminate people, and only one person didn't go. So we had like 199 people.
Wow.
But then we had such an absurd amount of Hilton points. Some hotel chain where everyone stayed, Westin. We had this absurd amount of Westin points because we got a cut of everyone that booked a room under our name.
Okay.
So
right.
I think my ex-wife is still using them because they'll stay at I think the Ritz is a Westin property, and she'll take my daughter. They'll stay at the Ritz in Manhattan. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Wow.
She's like, points. You're still milking these points, lady.
Nice.
All right. All right. Scott, enjoy yourself for the next 4 hours.
Schedule breaks. Get ready for them.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's good. We'll find out what's going on. Everyone's all hyped up for Jets at Titans week 1. We're all excited about that. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. That'll do it for us. Bye.